And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 75, your weekly dose of PiGosaur Cup action. I'm Coach SI VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the Bulmyeolja chat as well. Welcome, one and all. And thank you so much. I stand for the 5 gifted subs to the community. God, thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it as always. I stand by. Yeah. But thank you so much for the support, and welcome one and all. I do apologize for the extended timer here coming into the PiGosaur Cup, but we are jumping into the first round. The first round is still ongoing, by the way, which is crazy. We're jumping into the first series of the broadcast. We're jumping in mid-series, actually. We are tied up 1-1, and we are entering the ace match. Let's go, Pappy. Let us go. As spawning in the top right hand corner here of Washout, we have the orange Protoss player. We have the American Protoss. It is Bulmyeolja. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg player, it is TheWayMan. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do enter the round of 32. Let's go. Let us go. Again, do apologize for going live a little bit later here, but I mean, the first round is still ongoing, so it's all good. We do jump in, and this is a very special edition of PiGosaur Cup because we do have a custom map pool. Now this map pool was already in the tournament map pool, to be fair. We already had Washout for quite some time, but we are going to be incorporating some of the other AVEX maps. Interesting. Necropolis, which is also an RSL map, is going to be involved alongside BlackRock, which I've yet to really experience. I'm curious what BlackRock has to offer. I believe both BlackRock and Necropolis are going to be added, they're going to be competing in the TLMC. So curious to see what AVEX has brought to the table. I'm curious. Otherwise, it's going to be settling in. Hatchcast full set open out of our Zerg player. Likewise, we do have our own gate expand into Cybercore. So far, so good. When it comes to Washouts, we do have some unique features here. We did have a recent change, if you recall. Originally, these towers were designed to be knocked down to destroy the gold patches in all these hybrid bases, but they have since moved it so the gold patches are safe and the towers knock down regular patches instead. So this does give a little bit more value to these otherwise hybrid bases where they do have gold patches that are now permanent. Previously they were not. So a couple of those are the only changes that are apparent to me, at least. Potentially there were some other changes made as well, but otherwise we do have our standard openers building up in towards the mid game. We're tied up 1-1. I'm not too certain as to what happened in game 1 and game 2, but regardless, we are diving into at least the ace match. Let's go, Pappy, let's go. It's time for AC2 players to get washed in this spell. It's time to go full Rainer, Pappy. True. Not like this. Kappa. As this is going to be that Stargate opener out of Bulmyeolja. Stargate into Oracle in towards the early to mid game. From here, we'll see how our players do decide to tech up and how we deviate in towards a longer game state. Whether we go into Muta play, whether we go into Ling Hydra, whether we go into Roach based play, if we go into early Blink, early Charge, early Adepts. Eyes are on our players when it comes to our upcoming techs of choice. We are getting there. Wash out loud. Yes, very in theme. Very in theme. Of course, we've been quite intense when it comes to casting as of late. Last night we were live with the Tuna Cup, of course. This evening we're live with Kung Fu Cup as well. A lot of catching up, a lot of catch-up streams. We're getting there. Just see Slojo earlier asking you about the bunnies. The bunnies are good. They're doing well. Chi-Chi has recovered from previously. I do need to, I'm so bad at taking photos and posting them on Discord. I need to be a little bit more adamant about that. I'm not the most adept when it comes to taking photos, but yes, I'll do my best. The bunnies are very cute. They're okay. Oh, as the Oracle does slip into the main, so far getting 3 turns. No, Bulmyeolja, calm down as we overextend, and the Oracle does go down. Not quite worth it. Not worth it here for Bulmyeolja. Gets 3 drones, but we'll lose the Oracle. At the same time, that does trigger a big counterattack. Thankfully, the second Oracle should pop out in time. Adepts are in position, and the Oracle has arrived. So these Lings are going to be deflected. They're going to be shut down. This was not quite worth it for TheWayMan, as he is going to be zoned away. Behind this, TheWayMan going to be droning, saturating, taking his own Evo chamber. Evo Chamber first usually means +1 melee into a Ling Hydra heavy composition. That is usually the case. We'll keep an eye on our players though, as there is that Hydra Den. This is actually a bit of a delayed Evo Chamber, so technically we could go straight into +1 range. Eyes are on the Wayman. Behind this, it's going to be a standard follow-up here, +1 and Blink, so standard follow-up here and towards a standard mid-game from Bulmyeolja at least. Oh, wait, what? Carapace. What? Carapace is on the way, which is a little bit perplexing. So the reason why early Evo Chambers usually +1 melee and later Evo Chambers usually +1 range, Carapace upgrades are very rare in ZVP. The reason for this is because the amount of damage, the damage output of Protoss units on Zerg units is very, very high, referring to Storm, Colossus, Disruptors, Immortals, Glaive Adepts, Zealots. Like, usually the damage output is very high, so it's just not worth getting and investing into armor upgrades because your units are just going to die quickly anyway, specifically in this matchup. So this is a very rare sight. Curious what the plan is going to be here, as typically Carapace has less value than the attack upgrades in ZVP. The only thing that I would say, the only caveat to that I would say, is if you're going Ling into Ultra Rush, right? If you're rushing to Ultras then, and you're getting into Kindness Plating and of course the rest of your upgrades, like that's where armor upgrades do have a little more value, but that's because the Ultra has so much armor to begin with and so much health as well, like so much HP. But that's not what's happening here. As we're getting into Hydra upgrades, Bailing Speed is on the way. We're building up our Hydras early on. Not entirely convinced here but how we're building up, but okay. Bulmyeolja does move out. He can trade well here. Show us the blinks. Show us the blink control, papi. Show us what you got. Storms they pick in. They chip off some Zerglings. Can we bait him into the stasis? Oh, first stasis does go off. Just one so far. Just one does connect. No reinforcements. Second stasis trap does connect though. Nice connections here. The Hydras are exposed, but there are many Stalkers. Behind this, if you had like 8 gateways, a prism, or a proxy across the map, Bulmyeolja could potentially break this position, but Bulmyeolja is taking gases, throwing down cannons. Jesus, a lot of cannons, a lot of shield batteries, and taking up into Storm. Bulmyeolja is building up in towards a longer and later game. He's not being aggressive. He's poking, but he's not committing. So there was potential, to be honest. Like, we had some really nice stasis traps. We had a lot of potential here, but Bulmyeolja, he does not reinforce. And we'll see if we can hold on. As Bulmyeolja, he's banking resources. We're missing warpins. Ooh, we're missing warpins. We're on a low gateway counts. Only 6 gateways. We gotta spend our money, Bulmyeolja. No. He's panicking. He's being casted. Don't like this. You can do it. We need to warp in, papi. We have warp-ins available. As the Wayman, he will commit. Show us the storms. Show us the storms. Okay, first storm. First storm does land. Not bad. Second storm on the Ling Bane. Archon morphs in. I believe those are the only storms. Yeah, only 2 High Templar. Only 2 storms. The Wayman does commit in. Okay, we're banking 1,000 here. We did miss warp-ins. And with that, the mineral line goes down. Oof. Yeah, mineral line goes down. 18 probe kills. Bulmyeolja, he does hold, he does survive, but this was a messy defense here from Bulmyeolja. Very messy. Oof. And the Wayman is doing this again. He's just building back up to more Ling Hydra. Bulmyeolja has a lot of catching up to do. Did retain all of his Immortals at least, true, and that's a decent amount of High Templar. But again, we're still banking some resources, or we're going to be expanding, claiming a 4th base. It's going to be a tough hold here at the 4th. It's going to be very, very difficult. Just because the initial 3-base defense was so shaky, it will make the follow-up here even more difficult for Bulmyeolja. The Wayman is rebuilding, remaxing, is getting ready for the next wave, the next round. Here we go. Moving out with his Ling Bane, does scout the would-be 4th base. The Wayman should be able to deny. Jesus. That's 13 more Banelings on the way. For those looking for updates, Chi-Chi's being a gremlin. Once again, ruling the house. Yes, yes. Chi-Chi is a gremlin. We love Chi-Chi. Ah. She cannot be contained. So TheWayMan does commit in. Again, does deny the 4th base. This is all that TheWayMan really needs to do. Deny the 4th. Take another expansion. Zealots did deny the 5th of TheWayMan, so there's a bit of a back and forth here, but we have plenty of spine crawlers. This will buy time. Buy time for the army to race back home. More Zealots here towards the left-hand side. TheWayMan not quite in position to defend here. Drones are going to be going down. They're losing 3 drones, losing 2 spine crawlers. So likewise, a little bit of a messy defense here, but TheWayMan does hold. From here, we can start to take up. Do we have an infestation pit? No. No infestation pit, no lurker den. We could be taking up further in towards lurker tech and claiming more bases. I would go for the center expansion here just because it feels a little bit more secure and safe against these zealot realm buys. But TheWayMan, he's committing here on lair tech. Show us the storms. 6 High Templar. Oh, a massive storm! Yeah, massive storm with the Link Bay. Oh my god! But we have the flank. Yeah, we have the flanking army. High Templar, they do survive. Very nice storms. Jesus, just a pool of blood here. Pool of red on the right hand side. Everything just melted. TheWayMan took a really rough fight. And remember, TheWayMan chose not to tech, and he's getting surrounded. The Zealots taking on top of the Hydras. A very nice hold here from Bulmyeolja. And again, TheWayMan, the infestation is so low. Still no lurker den, still no hive. He forced himself all in. He didn't have to, but he was lair tech all in. And now everything is swinging in favor of Bulmyeolja. Okay. I mean, partially also because of these zealot realm buys, right? Ensuring that this, again, Bappy, we have a center base here. It's safer. No. I mean, quote unquote safer. It's closer to Bulmyeolja, but it's on the high ground, so a little bit more secure. Here we go, going for the other expansion. Bulmyeolja, he rotates. He should be able to knock this down. He's here to knock it down. Hive now begins. Still no lurker den, which means no lair tech lurkers even. And Bulmyeolja just built up a death ball of an army. A death ball back. How many immortals? 10! 10 immortals. Even if there were a handful of lurkers, that they could not hold on. They could not hold their own against 10 immortals. Hydras, they almost catch out some immortals themselves. Show us the storms. Oh, speaking of 3 storms, yeah, 3 storms get thrown down. Bailings, they do roll in. Massive connections. Ooh, that was a miscontrol. Yeah, that was a miscontrol here from Bulmyeolja. The High Templar were stacked. They were exposed. But it's fine. He will lose all the High Templar, but he still overwhelms. GG gets called, and Bulmyeolja, he will claim the series 2-1, advancing on to the round of 16. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations, Bulmyeolja. He will claim the series. Very shaky, very messy is what I will say. TheWayMan had a big lead, had a big advantage, but TheWayMan wasn't able to capitalize on that lead. Instead of claiming a 5th base and taking up, TheWayMan stayed on 4 bases, not because of his own volition, of course. His 5th base was cancelled twice, I believe. But TheWayMan, he was stuck on 4 bases. He was stuck on lair tech. He chose not to go for the lurker den. He chose not to get the hive. He chose not to tech up in any other direction. He was stuck on Link Bane Hydra, and eventually Bulmyeolja was able to build up to critical mass of Immortal and High Templar. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Impressive play there by Bulmyeolja. Does claim the series just barely, and with that we are getting into our next round. Going to be loading, we're going to be getting into the round of 16. Let's go. Now, as we get into the round of 16, just quickly checking. Did I not open predictions? Am I crazy? Okay, we did. With that, we're going to be following Bulmyeolja. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live. The bracket is